He said, I really believe that it's not worth marrying a woman in 2022. And I said to him, okay. And I said to him, why do you say that? And he said to me, because of all of the reasons that you just listed. And then I said to him, okay, well, then be gay. See, the thing is, you don't have a choice. Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do, bro? What are you going to do? You have to figure this puzzle out because, frankly, there isn't another option. There isn't another species. This is it. You have to figure it out, you know. And then I asked him as well. I said to him, "How many sisters have you spoken to?" He said to me, "6." I said to him, "Habibi, respectfully, like you just haven't spoken to enough women. Like with the greatest that was 6, and you reached this conclusion." He said to me, "Well, you know, it's hard, the rejection and so on." I said to him, "Do you know what else is hard? Being single is hard. Not having halal sexual outlet is hard. Excuse the pun. Literally, it's hard. Pick your hard. Do you understand?"
صح. Absolutely. Yeah. I guess it's a little bit harsh, Mahdi, to tell someone he sees the marriage is a high risk to be gay. Like if you look at from a historical standard, only 45% of the men that ever lived on this planet got married they got reproduced. 45%. So
Mm.
more than half of the men in the human history is gay. No, there was not gay. So just they can't.
That's
So
my British humor, Coach Kareem. That's my British humor.
yeah, yeah, and then there is a lot of famous scholars such as I guess Ahmad bin Hanbal, Ibn Taymiyyah, and a lot like more than 50 in the Islamic history. They never get married, but
Mm.
they was not gay. They was busy doing something else, and like they can control themselves. Like they're okay, everything is under control. I don't have time for this. I'm busy doing something else.
But to my understanding, they
But
had
I figure
concubines, right? Because I heard Ibn Taymiyyah
no,
never got married,
no.
but he had two concubines.
I don't think so. No, no. A
Mm.
lot of them they died virgin. It is not the major issue, but
Mm.
my take on this is there is some guys in some cases they say that, and I believe that's gonna be temporary. So just go along with it. Go along with it. Like,
Mm.
yeah, you're in the red pill rage.
Yeah.
You're angry on the system. It is not fair game. Yes, that's right. Most of the modern human, like modern woman, is corrupted. Yes, you're right. But when he reached that level of healing, that he can understand the reality and deal with it, so he can figure it out. Like just give him time. That's most probably is temporary. And by the way, most of the guys that say they say that, from my experience, from the demographic that I dealt with, most of them they cannot get married. They
Why?
can't. They
Why?
can't get married. Financial reasons, or lack of understanding of female nature, or both together.
Mm.
So
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, I covered this on a stream the other day, and seeing as I have, two knowledgeable brothers, let me pose this to you. Okay.
mm,
I have had a number of sisters, a handful of sisters, but a number nonetheless, who have either approached me directly or have asked me to help them find the following arrangement. And that arrangement is, for want of a better word, a part time husband. They are usually single mums. They're usually two, three times divorcees, couple of baby daddies, maybe more. And they want a husband to come over just once or twice a week. They don't want him to mix with the children. She doesn't want to have more children because she doesn't want to be another baby mama. And frankly speaking, she's just looking for a halal arrangement. This is what she's looking for, right?
mm.
What do you say to this, gentlemen? This is a request from the women. I know this is very convenient for the men, but this request is coming from these sisters. Now, typically the age of these sisters is mid 30s slash early 40s, sometimes even a bit older. So they're not young women, right? But they feel like I've tried the whole marriage thing. I tried it twice. I tried it 3 times. It failed. Now I'm a 2 times baby mama. I've got my own job. I've got my own thing. I don't want to have to worry about looking and cooking and taking care of a husband full time. This is what I'm looking for. What do you think about this as a potential solution?
Uh, if I was in that like on the other party, I will make it a demand to give back the children to their dad if they are above 7 for male, 9 for female.
Well, I don't understand. What do you mean exactly?
I will demand her to give her children back to their father if they are above 7 for male, 9 for female.
Even if
She's
she
just
only sees you once a week?
no. I do not. I do not like the possibility of me marrying such women is -100. It's
Well,
not zero.
I'll tell you where this can be this can work. If you already have a wife or possibly two wives whom you have made the mother of your children and whom you have a
Click
relationship
the browser
with,
button in the bottom left.
sorry guys, or or if you are a brother who is struggling to get married for whatever reason, in business, let me give you an analogy. In business, sometimes when you want to penetrate a market, you can't compete with the big boys on the products that they are making. These are mainstream products. They've just got too much domination. So what you do is you go into a small niche product that not many people know about, and you get a reputation for being the best in that tiny little niche. Now that you've got this reputation, people will follow you once you release more newer products, and eventually you want to actually release the product that you always wanted to release in the first instance. What's my point here? A lot of brothers, because they have been sexually deprived for so long, because they are so sexually frustrated, their ability to interact and deal with a woman or a sister during the courtship phase is heavily compromised because he's coming from a position of neediness, because he's genuinely needy, he's sexually frustrated, and it becomes this compounding cycle of failure. But if he had this halal outlet with a sister who actually wanted this arrangement, he would be able to deal with a woman with another woman, that is, with a much clearer head, a clearer mind. Whereas this first woman has made it quite clear, I'm not looking for a full-time thing. I just want it part-time. And he says, okay, that's fine. You can have that part-time, but I'm gonna look for another woman over here who does want to be the mother of my children, and so on. What do you think, gentlemen?
I believe it's not considered shari if the both party entered the marriage with the intention of having no future children.
Is it? I don't know about that.
Yeah. This is one of the main intent in the marriage to replicate for nasl.
This I can't speak on. I don't know anything else. Abu
So
American, you know anything about it?
it is something like zawaj mut'a basically.
No, Zawaj Mut'a, the distinction with the Mut'a is that there is a clear end date. We are getting married at such and such time, and we will divorce at such and such time. This is Mut'a.
Yeah, I
Whereas
know.
with
It
this,
is like it. It is not. It's not typical. It's not zawaj mut'a. It's more like misyar in Saudi
it's
Arabia. Like,
misyar. It's exactly
yeah,
what it
that,
is. Misyar.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's not accepted in the rest of the Arab world. Like,
When
no,
you say not accepted, you mean Shar'i or culturally?
exactly.
both and legally.
Never mind legal. I'm talking because in the UK we're just dealing with Sharia. Really, I understand in the Arab world maybe there are other factors you have
We
to
have
consider
shari
with the
court.
law.
We have
So
shari court.
the misyar marriage is halal. It's halal firstly and foremost. It's not haram, misyar marriage, but it's her prerogative if she wants to give up those rights. You cannot force her.
Yeah, I've I've heard the ulama say this also is permissible, but they don't recommend it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it ups to the ruler to make it permissible or not. And the rulers, like, it is shari. There are scholars who make the rules in the Sharia court, for example, in Jordan.
Hmm.
So it is not legal, it is not shari, and it's not acceptable by the people.
Okay. But again, I go back to my original point. You mentioned just now the point of a marriage is to have children, which I fundamentally agree with. But looking at this unique example, the sister, she's 42. She's got three baby daddies. She doesn't want any more children. She's a three times divorcee. She's probably got quite a few complications as well. But she doesn't want to die alone. She wants a husband, but she doesn't want him full time. She's had to figure things out for herself. She has a job. She has her own thing going on. She just doesn't want him around all the time. She probably knows herself. She probably knows she can't deal with a husband full time. She's just not good at it. Either we offer her this solution, or She buys a cat and dies alone.
What do you think about American? I
I
want
think
to
it's
hear from you.
I think it's a manageable. I think it's accept. I think it's sad, but I think it's acceptable solution for some
It
of these
is sad
systems.
for sure. It's definitely
Yeah.
sad.
I think it's sad, but it's acceptable, and I think it also serves a purpose for like a lot of brothers out here right now that are really struggling and like just having a hard time. I think
I'll tell you
this
what, let me read this message because I did a poll on my Instagram about this yesterday. And one sister actually responded to my poll. And this is what she said. Yeah, this is a legit account, by the way. She said, the question was, just so that you know, does a part-time husband suit your lifestyle better than a full-time husband? Okay. She clicked yes. And then she responded the following. It keeps excitement in the relationship. Seeing each other every day can be too much. Having space is nice, and then you look forward to seeing him, and it gives you the time to balance everything out at home. I have children, so I'd prefer this. Better to give my children quality time and then husband quality time. Better balance, healthier relationships, less fighting, more loving. That was her response. She actually prefers this setup.
Look, if the man, like if the woman was asking me, I'll tell her, good for you. Like, go try to get someone. If a man was asking me, I'll tell him no, never ever accept such things. Why? Because it is like minimizing the authority, minimizing the never accept a relationship with female without to be in superior position. And if in order to be in superior position, you don't have to have 48 hours in the woman's week. Like the first element, the two main element that you can control a woman in the Islamic marriage is her time and her body. You're not controlling her time and you're not controlling her body. So where is
Yeah,
it?
I
Like,
don't I
where
don't
is your
see
qawama exactly?
I don't see this type of arrangement lasting the test of time if that's what you're asking. I don't see this type of arrangement lasting the test of time because there's just too many important pillars missing. However, like I said, it's a bad solution to a bigger problem because it's that or zina. So if you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.